Hey guys, it's Glaze here with another CT expert video for you. I had a couple requests to do Inferno Long and Arch. I am going to do that right now for you. However, I found it very difficult to do this because I've found out after doing lots of research into different teams that Arch and Long players don't exactly exist as like set positions, so they're kind of more rotated out. So we're going to be looking at gla1ve and Dupreeh. Okay, so we're going to have to look at two different players because they kind of share the role of this area and they swap out depending if one goes towards B or not. So I'm really going to break that down and explain how they both play kind of at the same time and what they're both doing around the map at the same round essentially as well. Okay, so the reason I picked Astralis as well, I just got the top 4 rankings of the current top 4 teams in the world. That is gla1ve, Gambit, G2 and Astralis in that order. And I went on Inferno and I just looked at all the map stats basically on Inferno, and however they're all very similar, the win rates. Astralis has a slight higher CT side of Inferno. Obviously, you guys remember a couple years back, Astralis were known for reinventing Inferno and how it all gets played, really. So I think that's also a great team to watch in this map, you know, because they have a very great way of playing this map, and the utility they use is just amazing, and it's everything they do about it is just incredible. So they have a 54% win rate on CT side and Inferno, so we're going to be watching them today. So straight off the bat here, guys, we're going to be watching Dupreeh. He's going to start off with this top mid smoke that he's going to throw lining up here. It's just a jump throw bind right for you, and that will land very quickly top mid, allowing anyone on CT able to cross the boiler and get that control early if they want it. So as you can now see here, after throwing that initial smoke, he will rack back round towards long to make sure no one's pushed up mid and taken that space. As soon as the T smoke it off, notice on the screen in the bottom left that gla1ve is rotating from B over towards the A site here. So that's why Dupreeh can go back towards the A site to help have a stronger defense on the actual site and leave gla1ve to hold long by himself. I'm assuming in this situation, gla1ve made some sort of call that he wants to be aggressive around this top mid position. That is why Dupreeh is backing off, going back towards and helping gla1ve out here. They're going to get a bit of a team flash from Magisk there, but they're going to play this double up on the long side. One playing close and one playing on the cubby. After gla1ve sees that initial Molotov, he just peeks to get any information, catches a player off, and then from this information, because he sees no one else there, he can make the call that they're most likely going to go B, okay? So as this long player, you need to make sure you are aware of how players rotate and how the T's are going to play around the map. As you can see at the start of the round here, Dupreeh and Magisk is going to go towards a long position, making sure T's can't take any aggression early, while gla1ve is going over towards B to do early utility. Dupreeh's going to get himself in this little cubby here, with his smoke ready just in case they get in contact, throwing that down, and he's going to line up himself with this HE on the roof, just lining up the antenna and the top of the roof, and then running and jump throwing. This nade will land on top of balcony, so if anyone's jumping up, they will get hit by this grenade, and as you can see in this clip, it just dunked Hunter there and got him a free kill. So after throwing his HE, going back towards long, just holding the angle there, waiting for gla1ve to rotate from B, as gla1ve initially threw the B utility, so as soon as gla1ve gets there, he's just going to rotate off and look towards apps. gla1ve will then just be checking towards top middle here. After seeing nothing, and because of the time left on the clock, he will go straight back towards B, okay? So to not leave Zipex by himself. As this long and arch play, you need to make sure you're rotating around the map a lot, okay? So as long as there's no information around top middle, you don't necessarily need to be there and you can go out and help towards B. Okay, so here guys, we're going to see Dupreeh and Magisk going towards top middle together quite early on in the A round, throwing the deep Molotov and close Molotov because they only have 2 towards A. However, you're going to see very quickly the T's are just rushing through middle because they know this is a possibility. As you can see, he's going to take the first contact on the corner, get a dink, throw a grenade while falling back, throwing a flash, just trying to buy himself as much time as possible. As the flash comes in through gla1ve, he's going to re-peek and try to take a duel. With a beautifully timed peek by gla1ve with Bubsky's HE to finish off the last 2 and secure the win of the round. As you can see right here, Astralis have gone for a 4-man A stack with 1 towards Arch and 3 towards the A site. Because gla1ve doesn't have any info towards top middle area, he's playing it a bit cautious, falling back slightly. But because there is no information, he also has to consider it being B, so he's going to fall back and go support Zipex and help him out. Watch right here how gla1ve is rotating back towards the A site because they see lots and lots of mid presence. About 3 or 4 players they see there, so that's why he's rotating. However, as soon as they get contact on the arch player and kill him, and they realize there's no one else behind him, they know it's most likely going to be a fake, and they soon rotate back to B and find out that they were correct. So as we're going to see here early on in the round, Dupreeh is going towards A site by himself, so he's just going to be jiggling mid, watching Mexico to see if there's anyone pushed up there. As soon as that long smoke comes in from the T's, he's just going to drop a Molotov at his feet and just run back to make sure to buy himself as much time as possible to try and get back towards the site. Because there is no one else on the site in this situation, he is going to throw his smoke down and apps as well, show presence in that area, and to make sure the T's can't just take the area for free. You can even go for these aggressive bedroom peeks as well, with just a smoke top mid and then a smoke to put out the Molotov in bedroom as well with a flash over. This sometimes gives you some kills. It's always good to try be aggressive sometimes as the CT and not always be passive. If you're AWPing in this game while you're playing along an arch, you can also go for a car peek on banana if you really want, depending only if you have the spawn. Only if you have that spawn I would go for this peek. If not, I wouldn't really bother. As we're going to see here, Dupreeh is going towards top mid position quite early on, just sitting facing the wall at the moment, waiting for Puzky to throw this deep flash over the house for him. As soon as this pops, he's going to peek to see if he can catch anyone off that is in middle position, that is full flash, so we can just get a free kill. After not seeing anyone, he's just going to drop down the smoke at his feet and then line up the running jump throw nade or balcony again that we talked about in the last couple of rounds. You'll see now he's just going to be jiggling on the corner of this long position, making sure no one pushes through that smoke. As soon as the smoke starts to go down, he's going to follow up with a Molotov right in front of it. However, this deep long smoke comes down from the T's and he makes a quick decision in his head to push in front of the smoke because it is sometimes unexpected, and this can actually work sometimes. You know, don't always think this is bad just because Dupreeh dies in this situation. This actually can work out pretty well sometimes because the T's won't expect it, you know. So now I'm going to create a little summary for you guys on the CT expert. Okay, so as again I said, this is a bit of a role that isn't exactly set in stone. I'll say that again because it is really dependent how you play, because if you're in a team, you'll play more like Astralis do in this situation where you won't have a set player and they'll be moving around a lot. However, in Pugs, you might have someone that just sits on long or arch, and if you are that player, I suggest you try and move around a lot and actually try be present a lot, because you'll see you'll make a lot more impact if you're more active around the map and helping out on A and B if possible at the same time, sort of thing, instead of just staying on long and just posting up and just waiting for a push. Okay, again, with those two players, you can kind of switch in and out of the arch position. If one of the players goes towards B to help with early utility, then that player can take on the early position of long and make sure there isn't any T aggression waiting for that CT to come back. You can even go for peeks in bedroom, you know, fast peeks or second mid, that's always an option. Even going towards car with the AWP if you have a good spawn for it. Making sure you use your utility reactively, unless you're too towards A early, then you can use it pretty early on. But if you are using it reactively, only use it when they like smoke off short or long, and that way you can drop a smoke at middle or a Molotov to counter that utility that the T's throw. I hope you guys enjoyed this CT expert video with arch and long. I hope you guys learned something new from it and you can introduce it in your gameplay in the future. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new, and have a great day, guys.